Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Today's episode takes us deep into the remote, rugged wilderness of Pinter Creek in Alberta, Canada, a land where solitude, natural beauty, and inherent danger coexist. This region, where wild sheep roam freely, features a mosaic of rocky slopes, alpine meadows, and intermittent stands of hardy trees. In September, the weather is brisk and crisp, with cool days and early frosts that signal the coming of winter. Such conditions, combined with the isolation of the terrain and reduced visibility from late-season mists, create an environment where even the most experienced hunters are at the mercy of nature's unpredictability. These wild lands are home to a diverse array of animals that have evolved to thrive in challenging conditions. Among the ponderosa pine, Douglas fir, and aspen trees, wild sheep roam the open meadows, and the apex predators patrol the forests. The sagebrush meadows dotted with juniper trees, and waterways are crowded with blueberry, cranberry, and lingonberry bushes. Bears, black and grizzly, are common residents in this region. Although these animals typically avoid human contact, the harsh realities of winter scarcity and territorial imperatives can lead to unpredictable and at times fatal encounters. On September 15, 1976, 32-year-old hunter Monte Adams was venturing once again into the high country, pursuing Rocky Mountain Bighorn Sheep. Adams was a hunter with a passion for the untamed wilderness and a deep respect for its rhythms. Known among his peers for his skill, knowledge of the land, and self-reliance, Monte had spent many years honing his craft in remote hunting areas. His choice to pursue sheep hunting was not only a means of livelihood or sport, but also a way to connect with the raw beauty of nature. Monte was known for being prepared and familiar with the terrain. His wife Pat supported her husband and partner in raising their 3 children. Yet as many seasoned outdoorsmen know, the wilderness is an unforgiving domain where even the best laid plans can be disrupted by a sudden twist of fate. On that fateful September day, as Monte navigated a narrow trail flanked by rocky outcrops and sparse alpine vegetation, the serenity of the hunt was shattered. Unbeknownst to him, a bear had been quietly stalking in the nearby brush, a predator drawn by the sense of the wild and the prospect of easy prey in a landscape where food was scarce. As Monte navigated the steep and precarious terrain, his attention was focused on his footing and safety more than the appearance of dangerous predators. Watching his feet to ensure his safety, Monte unknowingly walked far too close to a grizzly bear who was not so glad to see him. For a few seconds, the grizzly and the hunter stared at each other, possibly waiting for the other to make a move or bolt. When neither predator backed down, the grizzly lurched toward Monte, setting off a series of horrible events. A short distance away, Monte's hunting partner, whom we refer to as Mike, was waiting at their rendezvous point. It wasn't like Monte to be late or distracted, but Mike had to consider the possibility that it may have been tracking sheep. After a few hours of waiting, Mike decided that this situation was beyond his understanding and decided to recruit some help in finding Monte. As 2 other sheep hunters navigated the steep trails, a confounding mound of gear caught their eyes from a little ways away. Making their way toward the equipment, the hunters were horrified to find the tattered body of Monte Adams. After rushing to his side, the hunters understood Monte to be barely clinging to life. They may be able to save his life, but they had to act quickly. The 2 sheep hunters did the most important thing they could do and contacted the RCMP. After relaying Monte's location to the Mounties, they comforted him as best they could. For some reason during Monte's rescue, RCMP authorities neglected to relay land-based rescue teams with attack site coordinates. The authorities believed that the helicopter-based rescue teams could best complete the mission, so highly trained wildlife rescue teams that were standing by were instructed to stand down. Local farmers and ranchers flooded the rescue line with tips and tricks on how best to access the rugged area around Monte, but their input went completely ignored. Monte Adams lay on the ground, bleeding and in pain, for 18 hours before rescue teams could reach him. While being transported off the slope, Monte's life slipped away, and he succumbed to the lacerations, bite wounds, and gashes the grizzly had inflicted on his body. In the wake of the incident, local authorities and wildlife experts examined the scene, confirming that Monte had been ambushed by a bear. The bear wasn't found to have been defending an animal carcass cached nearby, nor was it found to be defending cubs. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, linked below, will give you ad-free early access to our episodes, and the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. Bears generally prefer to avoid humans. However, sudden encounters, particularly in areas where their natural food source is scarce, can trigger aggressive behavior. Studies have shown that factors such as territoriality, maternal protectiveness, if accompanied by cubs, and the bear's physical condition can influence the likelihood of an attack. In Monte's case, the bear's ambush is indicative of a predator acting on instinct and opportunity. Fatal bear attacks in remote wilderness areas, though statistically rare, are well documented. The rugged nature of these regions, combined with the isolation and the limited communication options available to hunters, increases the risk of fatal outcomes when such encounters occur. Monte Adams' tragic death is a somber reminder of these inherent risks. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Would you expect to see a grizzly bear among the rocky crags of high-elevation sheep country? Might Monte have survived had his attack occurred at lower elevations, making access easier? Do you think the authorities were responsible for Monte's death, given they delayed his evacuation for 18 hours? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.